Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore used to be just a made-up word. MCs shied away from.
I love you like a Nerkie K-Sig. I love you like a Nerkie K-Sig. Cause I love you like a Nerkie K-Sig. Koda keeps hitting repeat.
That was all right.
Yeah, it'll work.
He's getting better.
I'm getting better.
I got better.
I got better.
I miss the old like random ass parodies that we'd all just like start making at the Lost Compound, you know, K-Sig. Like we'd be singing a song and then we'd just be like and just go off and be like, Jen Savani is such a
We never said that.
an amazing, beautiful woman.
Or did you? I don't know what they're talking about. This is some other stuff that I was not involved in.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Every Man's Guide to Nerddom, where we are two 30 to 40-something-year-olds who talk about pretty much whatever we want. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle, and you guys might know us from online on the Twitches as GuyverUNT01. That's the guy over there. K-Sig is K_SIG. That's me. And then with us today, who is not silent, we have Koda, the bottom square.
Hello.
Also, Krixda, KRIXDA on Twitch. How are you?
I'm doing well.
All right.
All right. That's great,
Yes,
Koda.
that's great. That's great.
He's on a hot mic
Don't be
tonight.
too excited.
Real hot mic.
Oh yeah.
We got Koda back.
We got Koda
Again.
back. Oh, he was back last week. We got
Yeah.
7 and 8 down.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
We got
back
him back
again.
Mhm.
So what makes this episode very exciting is we're on episode 9.
Got a niner
This
in
means
there.
we are officially at the halfway mark.
We're over it.
We're over it.
Mm-hmm.
When the
So
18
over
episodes?
It's 16.
Oh. I can't count.
Math.
Math is hard.
So here's okay. I have a theory, by the way, really quickly. This is just like it doesn't have anything to do with lore. So, right in TV, right with the pilot, Charlotte, go.
MTV?
These
I said in TV.
Okay, gotcha.
With the pilot, right? It was I think it was 70 minutes long, right? An average episode is 22 minutes. So you take
Right.
22 times 3. That's roughly about 3 episodes worth, right?
Okay.
I think it was 80 minutes long, something like 70 or 80. It was one of those. That's almost 3 or 4 episodes, right? That's what they would count as 3 or 4 episodes. Then we have our regular 16 episodes. However, so that's our 3 to 4 plus the 15, that's 19. If the finale is like longer,
Mhm.
that would make it like a full 22 episode season.
Wait, was the pilot that long?
It was
You're talking
long.
the movie, right?
Like the first episode of Bad Batch, yeah.
Oh, Bad Batch.
The like mini movie. All right, one sec.
Let's see, episode 1.
Yeah, well, how long was it?
That's what I'm looking now. Because I don't know. Episode 1 runtime. It was that long?
Mm-hmm. You know, we could just open up Disney Plus.
No, we're doing
Look.
this the hard way. Yeah, episode 1, 70 minutes.
75.
75.
75.
So that's, 66. And yeah. That's basically 3 episodes in one.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
And
like
they
a,
did the same. Sorry, go ahead.
it was like a little mini movie.
Right. I wish it would do more like animated movies, like even like in this style of animation, like just throughout history in Star Wars, that are just like an hour and a half long, similar to like DC 2D animation movies.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Just little snippets of the history.
I'm really glad you finished that, Coda, because it's like I really wish they do more animated movies. I'm like, oh, you mean like the Bad Batch?
Like the one they just did? What they're doing? No, this is a series. This isn't a movie, Chris.
The first episode was written like a movie, let's be honest.
It really was.
It was.
It really was.
Kind of like the Siege of Mandalore in season 7 was written like a movie.
That was a movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie. Kyle didn't know what we're talking about, but we'll eventually get there. But I don't know. I'm really, really enjoying this series, especially the more it's going on. Like, I love Star Wars lore to begin with. I love Star Wars. And this is just, it's sucking me in a lot more. Like you think, oh man, that's how they're going to top that episode. Then they just do it. So it's really building on top of each other, which I really appreciate. Keeping my interest.
This is totally unrelated, but when I was looking up the runtime, and I seen this now, and I want to announce it because you're going to be interested in this, Chris. Earlier today, from at The Boys TV on Twitter, it's the official The Boys television show Twitter handle.
Ooh.
But what would a The Boys video game look like?
Well, it depends if the DLC is Hero-gasm or not. I know what that'll end up like.
Oh, I gotta keep reading. I gotta finish reading. Yeah, so they're like, maybe they're hinting that there's going to be a The Boys video game.
I don't know how they would do that. It
They
would
could
be
do it.
rated like X.
I'm fine with that. What if it's in VR? Anyway,
Like, what was that one game Props was trying to get you to play Saturday or look up?
the same one that you told me to look up.
Yes, and then I told you not to.
Sex with the Devil or something like
Sex with
that.
the Devil, yeah.
I was like, oh, is this TOS safe? And he's like, sure. I'm like, okay. Because I trust Props. And he's like, no. Like, he's
Maybe
like,
you shouldn't be
spamming
trusting
my-
Props as much.
I do less now.
Oh, it's funny. Coda, go look that up later. Yeah, so episode 9.
Oh, yeah.
Called Bounty Lost. Let's go to the video.
Roll that beautiful Bad Batch footage. Nobody? Okay. So this picks up right where the last one left off. Like, fairly close, right?
It's right after because Hunter's hurt. You got Crosshair like bandaged up like a mummy, like going after them, shooting them. They're trying to jump to get away because if you remember, let's pause it here. Light speed tracking.
Not developed yet.
Not developed yet up until how many years later? A lot.
45?
Something like that.
45, 50?
When was light speed tracking?
Wait, no, it would be more like 60, wouldn't it? Yeah. Because there's a 30-year gap between Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi, and then there's also a 30-year gap between Return of the Jedi and A Force Awakens.
Is it 30?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think it's 30. I think it's less than that. Because
Or it's either...
that would make Han in his 90s.
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
so,
wouldn't wouldn't put Han in his 90s. He'd put him in his 60s.
so you're talking from episode 3 to episode 4 time frame? Are you talking? Okay, so episode 3, episode 4,
53 years.
13, 32 minus 13, 21.
21 years.
21 years between episode 3 episode 4.
You're still close, Coda.
It's about 60, 50 years.
And then roughly it was right at almost 30 between 6 and 7. So I mean they're close.
Yeah. Coda's almost dead on.
Like
Smug
episode
motherfucker.
1 to episode 4 is 32 years.
I had to give the smuggest look I could just to piss off fucking Chris.
That can't be
Smug
right.
motherfucker.
This is saying from episode 1 to episode 4 is 32 years.
That's correct. I know that for a fact.
1 to 4 is 32. So how old is Luke supposed to be in 4?
Episode 1, there's a huge time jump.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember, he's 10.
It's like 8-9 years. And
That's
then there's
right.
a 3-year jump.
Oh, okay. So this must be talking about from the end of episode 1, not from...
Yeah, has to be.
Because he's... Okay, I forgot that Anakin was already, like, had some years on him.
And Amidala was a predator.
Yeah, she was.
Reminds me of that TikTok. You know
Wait, a TikTok? Kyle, do you know what a TikTok is?
I know what a Tic Tac is.
I know what a Tic Tac is too. I believe some MF or earlier ago, you guys know what TikTok is, right?
Well, I had to
And
make
Kyle
sure,
goes,
okay?
Of course we don't. We're over 30.
Well, I didn't want to be a dick and be like, have you guys seen the TikTok that's like, you know, and then you'd be
we
like,
appreciate it. I mean, Kyle and I are still clinging to our profile songs on MySpace.
I wish I knew what my MySpace password was. I really do.
I think it was password with a 1.
funny
Probably.
story. I had a MySpace account when I was like super little, but do you want to know why? It was so my sister could spy on her boyfriend. She
Oh,
made
you had
the
one of
account
those
in my
accounts.
name
How
No.
old would you have been then?
for MySpace.
Yes.
I was like 7, 8.
Oh, Jesus.
I never used it. My sister did. And then I remember when, like, do you remember how they would have you do like CSS, like cascade
Kyle
style
and I
sheets?
remember. Kyle and I remember.
I remember I would charge people, like my sister's friends, because I was a coder. I was smart as a
Little
kid.
Coda was a hustler.
And so yeah, I would charge people to do their things in my small town Mormon school.
Making money off that MySpaces. I had a kid.
Oh, Tom was my first friend. If you're talking to us, you're muted, Coda.
I know. I'm talking as my dear beloved Zachy Poo.
Okay. Hey, Zachy Poo.
Hey, Zach.
He
Zachy
said
Poo.
hello. Oh, he's focused. Oh, he said hello.
Back to the episode.
Crosshair is now Deadpool.
He is, isn't he? Look at that. He fucking dropped the mic and left.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle.
That's fine.
That's cool. We'll continue on without him.
You're the
You've
one
done
that
it
called me
before.
smug.
Because you were smug.
Now he's going to be sassy.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
Okay. Crosshair's after him. Hunter will not let them do the jump because he said, we're not leaving without Omega. And was it Tech or was it Echo said, we'll have no chance of finding them if Crosshair shoots us down. Basically, they're appealing to Hunter, saying, which is weird because Hunter is like, the leader of the group, usually pretty calculating. He can predict, like, 2 steps ahead in a war.
Mhm.
He's smart.
Like a Hunter. Yeah, he's super smart.
Not just a clever name.
It's not just a clever name. So he's being ruled by emotion right now because to me, the one thing in the universe that he cares about the most has been taken. So besides his brothers that are in Clone Force 99.
Mhm.
Except for Crosshair. They think he's a dick.
He's a dick.
He's a cross dick.
Oh, cross dick.
Or dick hair.
I think dick hair.
Okay, so dick hair is after him. He's just shooting it out everywhere.
I thought cock hair was like better, but okay.
Oh!
Only if they're flossing. So he's still shooting at him. They're getting dire straits because the deflector shields, rear deflector shields, are basically about to fail, and then they jump.
Not deflecting.
They're not deflecting. Not doing a good job deflecting. Okay, does their ship kind of look a little bit like the Ghost? In that right there?
I thought that. I thought Cad Bane's not that one.
Yeah, Cad Bane's
Cad
ship.
Bane's ship
Right there.
looks
Does
a
that
little
look
like the Ghost. It does.
You don't think the Ghost is similar, do you? Because Cad wasn't around during Rebels, correct? I don't remember him during Rebels.
We don't know. He wasn't in Rebels, no.
Yeah, but we don't know if he was still around or not. I bet he was. Cad he's a badass. He's probably one of my favorite characters.
Well, in some unreleased Clone Wars episodes, he was training Boba Fett, and there's a little nod to it in here when he takes his hat off. I wonder if they consider it canon. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There was this unreleased arc where it was basically Cad Bane training Boba Fett to be like the best bounty hunter to challenge Boba Fett, because there was always this like contest between Cad Bane and Jango Fett, who was the better bounty hunter. And since Jango Fett died, he wasn't able to prove it. So that's why he was training Boba to literally just fight him.
Which is weird. Weirdest form of revenge ever. So, but yeah, it looks like the Ghost to me. For those of you who don't know what the Ghost is the ship that Hera Syndulla flies around in Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, which is to date probably one of my favorite Star Wars series. Just animation was cool, just everything about it was great. The writing, and we saw one of the main characters in Rebels on the first episode of Bad Batch. So it all ties in. So we're on Cad's. We're on the ship. Let's see. Omega's waking up in a holding cell. And what's this robot's name? I can never remember.
Toto.
That's right.
I remember I told you, voiced by Seth Green.
That's right. Toto comes in and he's hobbling, holding his leg that got shot off last episode like a cane. So we know this is exactly right after that battle, that shootout. He's like, you need to be a good prisoner. Mr. Bane does not respond well to bad prisoners, basically. Bane comes down and he's like, how's my asset doing? She's like,
as he was coming down the ladder. So he's coming down, he fixes his hat. Like it was high, and he pulls it down just so he can lift it back up for dramatic effect.
Yep.
It's just like, oh, hold on, damn it.
That's what Mr. Bane does.
I love the part back in Clone Wars, the box arc, the kidnapped Chancellor Palpatine arc.
Yeah.
When he sees the other dude with a really a better hat than he has.
Oh yeah.
And so he just killed the dude to get his hat.
I think that's this hat right here.
I don't think so. That hat was bigger.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
So he went back to his old hat?
This is a hat is a lot smaller than his other one.
Maybe he has multiple hats.
He could.
He has a whole closet full of hats. I
So one thing that he had in the Clone Wars was he had like his own like little personal space station out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And that was such a cool thing, like idea to me. Like
So he
instead of
could get
him
away.
like, mm-hmm.
I agree. Wholeheartedly.
But no, look, his head's fucked up. He's got that little cybernetic thing.
Oh yeah. Got some enhancements.
Let's see. What's this race again? The Duros?
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, if you remember back on episode 4, I think it was the bar in Tatooine, wasn't it? Where you see the Duros, the 2 Duros that are in there.
Kind of in the cantina scene.
Yeah, you'll see
Kind of.
them. They look like
They almost
Cad
look
Bane
like
here,
yeah. Well,
except they
almost
don't
look
have
like,
the cybernetic implants or whatever.
Yeah. See, you know what confuses me about those
What?
is when he takes them off. There's no like hole in his face. Like, how does that work?
Maybe it's osmosis. Do you think anyone's asked that question?
I have no idea. I want to know though.
To the interwebs.
At Dave Filoni.
So he's talking to Omega, and he's like, "How's my asset?" She's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Cad Bane at your service." I love his little accent. Dusts off his hat. She's like, "Where are you taking me?" And he just puts his hat back on and walks back up. She's telling him, "You'll be sorry. My friends are coming for me, and your friends are long gone." I made sure of that. I love that picture, that profile picture of him right there. Just kind of looking back with the toothpick in his mouth, and just the way they did the shadows. Like, it's just a great, like
He
we were
looks
saying,
so
I know
good.
we keep saying the animation's better, but it is way better now. That might be our cover.
I was gonna say there's our cover. I sidetracked Googling images of Duros says Durosai. Multiple
Durosai.
Duros.
Except I'm gonna Photoshop Kyle's face into that picture.
I can just take one.
That's true too.
Toothpick.
Toto's he's hopping after him. He's like, "Are you gonna fix my leg? It's inconvenient." And then he contacts his contact, and it's the prime minister, isn't it?
Yep, Lama Su.
Lama Su is the prime minister. So, and Cad says, "I'll be at the rendezvous. Bring my unmarked credits." And then, they're talking amongst themselves, the Kaminoans, and I can never get any of their names right. Who's Omega's mom?
Nala Se.
Nala Se. Nala Se is like, "I'll bring it to her. I'll bring it to there," because you can see in the past couple episodes that she's still trying to protect Omega.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, she let her get away. So it's just kind of interesting, she'd be the one to volunteer. And then he says, "Tanwi, you will go to our abandoned facility on Borovio. Bring the bounty hunters payment, recover our property." And it's funny how they still consider Omega property.
Mhm.
when
she's
Speak-
actually
Ton Wee, you remember in episode 2 Attack of the Clones?
Yeah.
When Obi-Wan Kenobi is being introduced to Jango Fett.
That's
And
Tom Lee,
Boba
right?
Yeah, Boba Fett goes, "Dad, Tom Wee's here."
I didn't know that. I knew that was her, but I didn't know Boba said that.
See, I'm terrible
Wait.
with names in real life. I don't know
Oh,
how
no,
you
no,
remember
no.
all
That
this.
makes sense because that makes sense of what happens later. Never mind. So I'm like, no, 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 that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, no, this is after that.
I
And
love.
isn't
Right.
it funny how just they distinguish between the guys and the girls of the species? Like, look how much taller he is. Like, his head's even a different shape.
Been a mohawk.
You know about
With the ridge.
the history of the Kaminoans, right?
No, I know nothing about the history of the Kaminoans.
So Kaminoans, it used to be like a green land planet,
Mhm.
right? They went through an ice age, then the ice all melted due to like some solar flare thing.
Mhm.
And in order to survive, their scientists modified their own DNA and in order to adapt and evolve and survive. And so now they're the cloners. Like they can modify people's DNA, stuff like that.
Oh, was this in a book?
I don't remember where I read
You
it.
read it somewhere? No, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. So that's why the whole planet's water.
Went from being a green to ice age to water planet. Makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Makes a lot
I
of
just
sense.
love their designs.
Well, they're really cool looking.
They're creepy.
They're
They are
they're
really
almost like
creepy.
your traditional, like what we think of as the grays. And like with that head, like if they weren't as slender or as tall,
Yeah.
you know, if they were like smushed down a little bit, they would look, especially the females, like what we think of as grays, as your typical, you know, big-eyed alien.
I love that their movement. It's almost like sloth-like when they
Yeah.
move. It's just like,
Lanky.
mm-hmm.
And, okay, what's her name again? No, not Tama. The Omega's mom.
Nalase.
Nalase. Where I have it paused at right now, she looks like a bone. Like
Mhm.
her neck and the top, like one of those bones that, like in the forest or whatever.
Take your
You
thumb
carve.
and like put it over her face. She looks like a bone.
She really does.
So it's interesting though, because like it shows that like the Kaminoans do have hearts, because back in the Clone Wars in season 6, Nala say she was a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
She was a big bitch.
Big,
'Cause,
big,
like-
big, 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 big bitch. She's a stupid bitch.
I thought she was a stupid bitch.
No,
Like,
she had to change a
she was
heart.
mean.
Maybe she
was.
maybe she modified her DNA to give herself a little bit more empathy.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about that, Coda? You didn't, did you?
What? But why would she modify her own DNA to give herself a little more sympathy if she has no sympathy at all?
And she's like, man, I would really like some of that sympathy.
Yeah. And maybe she
But, like,
put it
why
in
would
her
you do
Earl
that?
Grey tea. She's like, would you like some coffee, creamer, tea? Yes, please. What would you like in your tea? A dash of sympathy.
Just a little bit of sympathy. Really all I need.
Yeah, a little bit of sympathy is a little bit more than she had.
Fair. She's still a bitch.
You know, I mean, yeah.
She killed fives.
She did kill fives.
It was her fault.
She did kill fives. I love fives. Kyle, just so you know, Fives was a clone who was the brother of 4 and 6.
I really don't even know what to believe anymore.
Fives
in the
was
future.
a member of Domino Squad, and Echo in the Bad Batch is the last remaining alive of Domino Squad.
They met a tragic end. I mean, tragic. They all got fucking killed.
I can never slow down. I'm gonna get caught up on all these. It's just
You're just gonna have to
choices.
literally sit down and try and get an episode in a night of Clone Wars.
I could probably do that.
They're only 22 minutes.
Yeah, if you start now, You'll finish in 2023.
That worked.
And if you watch with me, you'll finish in the next week.
Then you guys be like, why aren't you on for Spooky Saturday? Why aren't you on for RP? Why aren't you on for? I gotta watch all these Clone Wars. Guyver and Coda said.
That's fine with me. Like, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for you.
Man,
Okay.
Spooky Saturday is fun. You missed Spooky Saturday, Coda. Kyle and I jumped hard this week. Oh, cock time.
I saw it, and then do you want to know when I looked at it?
What'd you see? You weren't in mine?
No, I didn't see the Twitch. I woke up and I looked at the time and I came to my desk and then I looked down and I'm like, shit, that was 3 hours ago.
Oh damn. Yeah, you did get started late because I was up early the next morning. Like I did like a 6 a.m. stream because I couldn't sleep. I was like, I'm
No, you
just
didn't. You did 6:30.
6:30, whatever.
It was 5.
It was 5 for Coda.
No. It was 6:30. It was 5 if you're in a made up time zone.
Oh yeah, one of those make believe time zones.
The land of make believe, mountain time.
No, the land of Mormons. It should be Mormon Standard Time. I'm serious though.
But wouldn't that mean that there's more than one time?
Sister times.
Sister times.
Yeah.
Coda's not saying
He's just like,
it. Wouldn't take the bait. All right.
I ain't taking the bait on that one.
So
I've been trying
Prime
for like a
Minister-
year and I can't get him to bite on any of it.
no. Says once you have retrieved the genetic material needed, terminate her. Mind me, I've got another idea for an episode once we do the onesies with Coda too. He's saying, just kill her. We're done with her. We just need her genetic material. So now we know why they want her back. It's for her genetic material. We just don't know why they want her back.
We
The
know
specifics.
we know a partial why.
We know a why. A way. I said way.
I still want my Kamino clone uprising against the Empire to happen.
I just want the Kaminoans to uprise and just start flailing their arms everywhere, trying to distract people.
the inflatable arm guys.
Yeah.
They just
Wacky
cloned
wave.
a bunch of those.
Come to our cloning facility with wacky waving cloning arm man. Oh.
You were so close on that.
Damn it. Yes, if I would have gotten out of one. I had it in my head, then it just would not. Mouth. Damn you, mouth.
She kind of looks evil here.
A little bit.
Very Sithy.
Is it the red?
I think it's the red.
You know what it could be? You know what it could be?
I think it's also the collar, how it's sitting. Because anytime I see a collar like that, I just think of like, and now you would die.
The red hue could be hinting towards the dark side, or could be hinting towards Mephisto.
I think it is Mephisto.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think
No.
Reed Richards is going to come fix Toto's?
No, but I was waiting for Toto to break down into the chorus of Africa.
He saw the rains down there.
No, I think the red is hinting towards Darth Maul gonna cut Toto in half.
He was holding his little leg. He's like, "Gonna take a lot to get you attached to me."
Is he going to go, Omega, Omega?
I like mine better.
Well, Susanna was one of their songs too.
I know, but I just know the one. So that's why I like.
Coda's like, what are they talking about?
I know Toto in Africa.
Mhm.
I
I
listen
like
to
how
that shit all the
offended
time.
You just got.
Well, okay, you gotta realize the 90s hit my small town in like the 2010s.
That happens here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a little bit, at least a few years behind.
You guys are like Russia.
Statistikalokny igri, suki.
It's like, what did you just get? We just got the Ali G show.
We just got Ellen.
It's great. Did you know she was gay?
Pool man Tim Taylor finally. Happy
Did you
good
guys-
time.
There's this little red creature who delivers your Domino's pizza.
He is back.
He is back, but I'm saying this is the
The
first
Noid's
time they've
back.
heard of him.
He's screwing up roads for that little smart delivery thing that you know is somebody's going to. If they would try that, like where I live or even where you live, like some crackhead's going to see the little automated Domino's delivery buggy and try to hijack it, and it's going to show up in a pawn shop somewhere.
They're not even going to do that. It's going to be stopped at this damn stoplight. They're going to open the door, take the pizza, and just walk off.
That's what she said.
No, wrong one. Damn it.
Nope. Yeah, you already did it. There it is.
Damn it.
Do you know what I miss though? I miss the old Pizza Hut buildings. You know what
Oh,
I'm
like
talking
with the
about?
goat?
Or not a
Mhm.
pagoda, but
Like a hut.
like a hut.
Yeah, the old ones that had the
Mhm.
the like Pac-Man table in the middle that two players could sit at. That was the old table.
The old red glasses
Yep.
all had chips in the tops of them because they weren't going to replace them.
I miss the old animatronics at Chuck E. Cheese and Shoney's.
Was it Pizza Hut or Mazzio's where you got the points for reading, like little coupons for reading books? It's Pizza Hut, wasn't it?
That was Pizza Hut. Yeah.
It's that too. I never forged my numbers to get a free personal pan pizza.
Like, what books did you read,
All of them.
little
Give me my
boy?
pizza.
And he goes, Goonies, Indiana Jones,
Mm-hmm.
Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun was a good one. That's a really.
Ghostbusters was a book, right?
Oh, the reading club. Anyway, where were we? Squirrel. We're 4 minutes in.
Toto's trying to he's trying to repair his foot. And Omega's like, I can help you. It's just a simple booster adjustment. And she's like, I've done it a bunch of times for AZI3 back on, what'd she say? I couldn't even see it.
Camino.
On Camino. And she's like, let's go back here. Yeah, on Camino. It's like, I'm a techno service droid. I can do it myself. He's like a toddler. No,
Yes.
I do it myself.
I got it.
It reminds me of Stewie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't need you, dog.
No, I don't need you, dog.
And okay, something good, something bad. You have smelly dog farts.
You need to eat my poo. You guys know that one where they're like stuck in the bank vault?
Yes.
He's like, you have
From his
to eat my
diaper.
poo, Brian.
Oh, that
Eat
one was so
my
gross.
poo.
I love that episode. He tells her, "You're a prisoner. You can't be trusted." And she's like, "Have it your way." And she just kind of looks back, and he's still trying to put his leg back on. Next thing you know,
I like how Hunter's sitting off the side. He's like, ugh. Oh, stretch it out. Ugh.
you know what it is? Ah, damn it. They probably have a mirror.
Oh, yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, he's flexing. It's flex
Oh.
time.
Gotta think Omega went that way. Over there.
Which way?
Over
It's
there.
like, I'm wanted by the Empire. Well, for what? And he's like, for carrying 2 guns and a 6-pack. Ugh.
Speaking of, I'm going to get another drink. You guys carry on.
Okay, we carry on. He's not necessary. He's necessary. They're looking, and then they bring up this is not like a wanted poster. This is like a dossier almost, I guess. Like database.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, your description of the bounty hunter is a match to one from the Republic's files. And Hunter's like, that's him. And it's like Cad Bane. He had multiple run-ins with the Jedi and was responsible for attempting to abduct Chancellor Palpatine. I just cannot talk tonight. It's been a long day.
Same.
And they're like, you know, why are they after the kid? And then Tech comes in. This is a
Go for Palpatine.
go for Palpatine.
Damn, too necessary. I can hear
Palpatine.
you guys all the way in there when I was getting my drink. Wireless.
The future. Welcome to the future.
As long as you do not go to the bathroom without muting, we good.
No, this. I mean, if this. Well, this could pick it up if I didn't have it. It's just like right around the corner. But
If he was
This
blowing
little
mud,
guy's-
we would hear it.
muted.
What, just full blown?
No, if the man is blowing mud, we would hear it. Although I'm still trying to get him to do it at my house so he can use the bidet.
2 trips. He's still sad about that.
I am, because we're gonna record his face when he does it.
One of these days, I will wash my butthole at your house. So,
Thank you.
Mm.
I'm telling you, it is magical. You don't understand how clean you feel.
I don't. I want to find out, but you know, try to make me poop under pressure, and it just couldn't happen.
I gave him a greasy steak, greasy hamburger, pickles.
You just need to get him Chipotle.
Yeah, but that takes the fun out of me
Just
cooking.
saying that made me have to take a shit.
Make
He
him a
shit his
chocolate
pants.
cake and put chocolate laxatives in it, but don't tell him.
No,
Like-
I'll be stuck there all night. It's an hour and a half drive home. Those don't wear off just like with one poop.
Kyle, do you want some my cake? Why is it called my cake? Because it's your cake, not my Lanta.
Hmm.
You want
Now I'm
want
going to
milk
sure
or
if anything
chocolate cake?
chocolate. Trish's house.
Oh, maybe I'll buy some of those chocolate X-Lax.
I have some.
Send them to me.
They got them at the store.
You can
Yep,
buy
that'd
them
take
over
the
the
fun-
counter.
You know what? That would take the fun out of Coda sending them through the mail.
Mailing you X-Lax
Yes.
just so I can shit my
Chocolate
pants at your
X-Lax.
house.
It's like, wait, what the hell is this? It's Ronnie.
It's melted.
Oh, God.
Oh,
You could do it in the wintertime. There's no way you could do it right now.
yeah,
Not with
but
that attitude.
sticky X-Lax.
It's ropey.
That's a. Never mind.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's nothing worse than your significant other hearing, "Oh, just put chocolate laxatives in a chocolate cake for him," and him going, "What the?" Yeah.
Just go, honey, we're telling them about your poop problems. Don't worry about it.
No, his wife would go along with it. She would be like, "Yeah, mix it in there really good because this is going to be great." Yeah, she.
Yeah,
would,
but then my luck, I would fucking forget all about it and I would eat it. I'm like, oh, look, we got chocolate cake. Let me have some of this.
God, I
I'm
hope
like,
you
Kyle,
would.
I'm sorry you drove all the way to come down here, but I can't hang out with you right now.
She'd be licking the bowl, the batter.
Okay, I'm glad you specified that because it's like I was doing a poop joke. You're going to be licking the bowl. No,
no, I'm not.
no, I would not. Back to the episode.
Yeah, where are those rails at that we just got off of? I know they're around here somewhere.
They're all over today. But they're
5 minutes in.
if
On this episodes of AMC's The Walking Dead.
no Carl.
Coral.
Tech comes in and says, because she's more valuable than we realize. This is the moment of the series.
Bum bum bum. Oh, I gotta wait for it.
This changes a lot in this universe. So Hunter's like, what do you mean? I further analyzed Omega's genetic profile and discovered she has pure first gen DNA.
Bum bum bum.
And
There you
Rector's
go.
like, what does that mean? All clones were created from a host named Django Fett. Our genetic structure was modified for growth, acceleration, and obedience. They, like Coda was saying on our first episode, the clones are accelerated aging, so they learn, they can fight because they needed soldiers.
Mhm.
Omega's was not. She's a pure genetic replication. How many clones like that exist? To my knowledge, there's only one other. Codename Alpha, later referred to as Boba. And now, since he disappeared to start the war, that makes Omega the sole living source of Fett's raw genetic material. That why this is important. All the clones, the further down the line they get, their DNA is getting muddy.
Let me make a copy of a copy of a copy.
It's all okay. Here's a good idea. Words. Imagine you're making a cake and
Right.
you only have so much flour. So you make your first cake with 3 cups of flour,
Mhm.
right? Well, there's only a total of 8 cups in your flour, your big thing, right? You
Right.
make your second cake, another 3 cups, right? You make your third cake, you only have 2 cups of flour. So you could still bake a cake, but it's not going to be as good
As
of a
pure.
cake.
So you end up with a bad batch of batter.
Mm-hmm.
Dun dun dun.
See what I did there?
Yep. That was a good one.
So they're like taking the DNA and like the portions of it, and instead of what they normally would use, and stretching it, which is cool.
So
It's like when your
this,
great aunt finally finds Facebook and she shares a meme that's been copy and pasted for like the 1100th time. And it's all blurry and JPEG'd out.
Yep.
I like the cake reference better. Well, I don't know. Considering the previous conversation, I don't know if I do like the cake reference better.
Kyle, would you like some cake this weekend?
I don't know. Kind of smells like a bad batch.
Dun dun dun. I appreciated it.
Anytime I hear dun dun dun, I think of like the little like from what movie is that? It's like the little thing that's like
From the Crudes.
yes.
Another favorite in my house.
Oh, the Crudes.
I love that show. It's a good
It
show.
is good.
So what does this mean? This means that Boba now has a twin sister.
He's the alpha, she's the omega.
Which is brilliant. Her name makes complete sense now, but now we know there's 2.
We never really have analyzed her name in the
No.
run of this, have we? We just took it for what it was.
Yeah, we did.
We
I
did.
said Omega means the last, so I think she's the last clone.
Oh, maybe we did.
I don't remember that. If Kyle and I both don't remember, it didn't happen.
That probably did happen.
Probably happened in that fake time zone, made up time zone.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's
Time
real
travel's
there.
weird. Yeah, once you it's that weird mountain multiverse.
In the future.
I hate you guys.
Technically, we're in the future for him.
Yeah, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you what's going to happen a minute from now.
We come from the future.
It's like Futurama.
What? Are you trying to tell me that I'm my own grandpa? Because trust me, I ain't going near what you think I'm gonna go near, if you know what I mean.
No, I'm saying I was going to say you're probably going to get death by snoo, but I mean, if you want to go with that.
That's my preferred way to go out.
Yeah, me too.
So I got a
think.
little list of ways to go out, and that's one of them.
Death by
That's actually the
snoo.
first one, the third one, and the 7th one, like on the list of how to go out. So,
Number 7?
well, it's 1, 2, and 7, or 1, 3, and 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'll take
It's
that.
snoo, and then there's like a variation of snoo, and then there's snoo again, and 7 is snoo also, like
His
on down
6
the
is-
line. Yeah.
His 6 is doo-doo.
No, these are preferred ways to go out.
Oh, okay. My bad.
So like number 10 would be doo-doo with like chocolate laxative.
Oh, that's really far down the list.
That's where
Like
he
the
gets-
top 10 list of ways that you want to die are going to be like,
forever.
fun ways. Snoo. A little further, more snoo.
You might be a freak. That might be fun for you. I don't know.
Nope.
Wait. So speaking of Futurama, ADHD brain here.
Have you listened to our show?
Would that make James Small in the Neg Dead universe robosexual?
Yes. Bronco was just mildly robo-curious. There's like 8 people that's going to get that joke, and
Yeah,
like
I
4
don't
of them
get
listen
it.
to the show.
would that have made Klaus robophobic?
Yeah, you're a robophobe.
Folks, your guess is as good as mine.
It's funny
Actually,
to me.
probably some of the people listening to this podcast will get that.
There's a small handful.
Props.
Toby, Stony,
Oh yeah,
I
that
don't
are
think,
around Fee.
Crystal.
Oh, yep.
I don't think they listen to this podcast though. I think props out of all those you guys named, it's just props.
We'll make them listen to this episode. We'll tell them there's a little Easter egg for them.
Well, you should
Yeah.
make them listen to all our episodes.
Well, we'll get them started with one. And
Cody, you better be promoting this show too.
I do to all of my friends. Hey guys, watch Every Man's Guide to
That's it.
Nerdom.
we're your friends.
Wait, we're right here.
We're all here.
Hey, that's a great idea. I think I'm going to go listen.
Mhm.
Anyways, so Coda and I were actually discussing this earlier. I'm wondering now, since we know Omega is a pure genetic clone of Django, excuse me, which means she is a pure-blooded Mandalorian, since they retcon that in The Mandalorian, that Django was Mandalorian. I'm wondering if Omega's going to show up in the book of Jango Fett now.
Boba Fett.
Yeah, that too. Boba Fett. Django, Dango, Django, Wango Fett. That was the porn. Yeah, the book of Boba Fett. Thank you. But I'm wondering if she's going to show up in there.
Wango, Jet, and Jabba the Slut.
Jabba the Slut. Jabba no Wookiee nipple pinchy. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be cool if they do. Or she's going to show up somewhere in this expanded live action universe at this point.
I am very.
Amy Sedaris' character.
That would be cool.
When does
would
that
be
come
cool.
out? When does the book come out?
December.
December. Okay.
You know, she could also pop up.
Where?
Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Yeah.
Or even Andor.
Yeah.
She could pop up in any of these.
Rangers
at
of the
all.
New Republic. Since that is back on now.
Is it back on?
It's back on. Did you see Gina Carano? She tweeted out a photo of her, like of her outline on this planet with 3 setting suns.
And she's back.
No.
She hasn't said officially, but that was tweeted out. So I'm fairly positive it's back on. Because
See-
there was a lot of hype around Rangers of the New Republic.
There was. I want Hera to be in Rangers of the New Republic.
God, I want Hera back so bad. I want Hera and I want who else?
Sabine is going to be in the Ahsoka series. She has to be.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then who else would show up? Who was still alive?
You know what would be really cool for Rangers of the New Republic?
What?
Callus and Zeb.
That'd be cool. I just want Chopper to show back up somewhere.
I just want Chopper to show up and just like smack somebody with his little droid hands.
Yes.
You know, just like.
And then, okay, where do you think Ezra is going to show up at?
Ahsoka.
You think so?
I think so.
Because he had a connection with her.
Mm-hmm. I think Sabine will also show up.
I
Because
hope
here's
so.
here's my theory. I think that the Mandalorian episode, The Jedi, right,
Right.
was before the Rebels prologue, the epilogue. You know, the end of Rebels,
Yeah.
where like Ahsoka shows up. I think that's after.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. Because if you think about it, the New Republic was still very new during the timeline of the Mandalorian, but it seemed like when they were on Lothal that the New Republic was very well established already.
Right.
So, like, yeah,
Yeah.
I think
That could pan out.
I think I'm right.
That could pan out. What do you think, Kyle? That's great. Okay. 6 minutes in. And an hour into the episode.
It happens.
It does. You know, they're like, we go back to Omega. She's like, you're not doing it right. And he's getting pissed. She's like, you got to do this. You got to do this. She's like, just let me help you. And Toto's like, you're a prisoner. She's like, exactly. It's not like I can escape off the ship. And he's like, that's a valid point. He's like, she finally talks him into letting her out to help him. And he jets up, lets her out, uses his is that his leg he used to open the door?
He's a resourceful little robot.
He is a good robot. She starts putting his leg back, and she starts asking questions like, how long have you been working for him? And he's like, many years. I'm his trusted confidant. And she's like, he's not nice to you. And he's, you know, it's adequate most of the time. She asks him, how does your leg feel? And he's like, it's misaligned and it's going all over the place.
You know, what was I gonna say? She makes a good point. In the Clone Wars, Cad Bane literally made him a bomb and blew him up.
Yeah. He's not nice to him.
No.
So she's not wrong at all. And then she does some adjustments. She's under the hood. She's popping the hood dog. And then he's like, oh, it feels like brand new. And then she shuts him down. She's like, sorry.
I think she felt bad for doing that to him. I think that was a genuine, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think she did too. Because Omega's genuinely a nice person.
Except for when she shot that clone last episode.
She had to.
It does look like the ghost.
It looks exactly like the ghost. You don't think it is the ghost, do you?
No.
No.
I think it could be of the same like type. You know what I mean?
Right. I was looking at the images of the ghost. Wasn't the cockpit more rounded?
Kind of.
More kind of dome looking.
You're kind of more dome looking.
I've been putting on weight. Leave me alone.
They go to the rendezvous point. Cad lands. Omega's looking for her comm unit, so she's going through everything. She's like, ah, yes. Cad's coming down, and he's like yelling for the droid. Sees the droid on the ground, a gone Omega. Reactivates the droid. He's like, Toto, where's the kid? And Toto's, he thinks he's still back in time. He's like, she's obviously right here. And then he goes, oh. And he's, Cad's like, wait here. Next thing you know, we see Omega running out, calling on the comms. And she makes contact with the guys, with the boys. And the whole thing is they need her to create some sort of power surge because that signal on that comm is not. My allergies are killing me. Sorry.
You gonna make it?
You're good.
Yeah, I keep holding in these sneezes.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
And
you're going to
so-
shit your
Bad.
pants.
Getting it's it's gonna come out one way or another. It's making my eyes water. Basically they're saying, you know, where are you? And she's like, there's clouds and stuff, and they need her to create a power surge. And so she's running around looking for something to create a power surge with. And she's like, this is like the ones we have on Tapioca City.
Tapioca.
It has bubbles.
Bubbles. My bubbles.
Bubbles. Her name Bubbles. I love this part. And then she opens the door and Tech's telling her what to do, and then you see coming out of the smoke. This is such a cool part. And he
Shia
goes by-
LaBeouf. Oh, no.
Shia. I said this is a cool part.
Okay.
He says, by hook or by crook, you're coming with me. He captures her, puts some handcuffs on her, and they still can't get a hold of it. Can't figure him out where she is. And Cad crushes her comlink.
There's a look on her face like a little kid when you take their phone away from them.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Cad.
Cad. And then Toto's up there and he's like, Mr. Bane, there's an unidentified ship coming. And he's bringing her. He's like, she's like, who wants me? He's like, you'll find out. And then you hear this blaster fire. And we know it can't be the boys because they were far away trying to figure out where she was. Did you guys figure out who it was at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you did?
I
didn't.
did.
Like at this point right now? Okay.
Well, when I heard shots, I knew it was going to happen.
And then look, there's
I was a little
peeping
surprised.
Bane. I was too.
I was excited when I knew what was going to happen. That's a showdown of showdowns.
It was a showdown of showdowns. You see Mamusad.
No,
She's
it's
on the ground.
Tonwi.
Tonwi is on the ground. El Hihi's on the ground. And then out from the shadows pops Phoenix Shand. I love her character so much. And Cad's like, you're messing with my score. And Phoenix like, she was mine first. Omega and I go way back, don't we? The look Omega gives is great. Little scoff. And I love this part right here where Cad goes, it's right. You like the experience to be going up against me. And he's telling the truth. She's new on the scene,
Mhm.
and Cad is a notorious Jedi killer.
I actually sent Kyle a snippet of Cad versus Quinlan Voss and Obi-Wan.
Oh, really?
Just to kind of, just so he could kind of like understand how much of a threat this dude really is.
Which a
Point of
badass he
reference.
really is.
When you were watching this or just now?
Earlier in the week.
Okay.
Yeah, I sent it earlier in the week.
But yeah, he's probably one of the most impressive. I don't know if I would actually call him a villain. He's a bounty hunter. He'll do
Mhm.
anything for money.
It's
He'll
gray
be on
area.
whatever side pays him the most.
Chaotic neutral?
Yeah, I'd go with chaotic neutral.
Anti-hero?
I don't even think he'd be anti-hero because anti-hero's like Deadpool.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think anti-hero, I think Deadpool.
And then, like Koda said, now we're getting this epic showdown with Cad and Fennec. And don't forget, she's one of the deadliest shots in the universe. That's been established. And, Cat's coming around the corner. And the thing with Cat is he's seasoned. Literally, he just got seasoned there by that bomb. Blown up against the wall. What was that? What's that old sound clip? You got knocked the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened. Omega's running off, and then she sees these cloning tanks, and she's looking into them, and I think she recognized right away what's in them.
Pickles.
Pickle Rick El Solana.
This is so gross to me. Like, it's green goo with bodies in it.
It's
Can you
been
imagine
abandoned for how long?
how gross that must smell?
Well, if it's sealed up, it's not going to stink. It shouldn't.
Yeah, true. But like, just imagine if it gets opened up.
Like those cats we used to have to dissect in high school.
Mhm.
So,
I remember they made us dissect fish, and I'm just like, I've done this 1,000 times already. I go fishing.
I think
You
we have to
know-
do a frog. Pin his little froggy legs down.
to be fair, Kyle grabbed his frog and started shaking it and goes, "Yay!" Omega creates this link and they home in on her location. And Fennec comes in, takes off her helmet, says they won't get here in time. The only person you can rely on is yourself. It's like, why did you kill Ton Wee? It's like, part of the job. You should thank me. They were prime ministers going to do bad stuff to you. She's like, what does he want me? And Fennec's like, you already know the answer. So I took it from this that Omega knew she was a first gen. And she's trying to, Fennec's like, let me help you. She's like, no. Toto comes in and she attaches some sort of like electric device on him, shorts him out, kicks him into the tank, and the tank starts cracking.
Are you playing right now? Because I've got nothing.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've been playing.
Yeah, it's frozen.
Really?
Oh, okay. Now we're caught up. Ew.
Hold on.
Clone juice.
Right here. That
Yeah.
was weird. Did you all know what was in these at this point?
I figured it was clones. I didn't know what it was clones of.
That's what I
Right.
thought.
Because they have always done the entire cloning operation for the clone army was done on Kamino, right? Like it wasn't.
Yep.
It was contained there.
Right.
And this is an old abandoned facility. Now I'm thinking back to what Koda was telling us. How do you remember how long ago in the history things they made the switch? So they've been doing it for generations upon generations upon generations.
Probably.
Like it's an ancient cloning. Okay. So it makes sense that they had outposts doing these kind of things.
And I'm wondering if there's like different types of Kaminoans, right? Because this one is up in the air on a gas planet. The next Kamino is a water planet.
Right. So are you talking like they would genetically modify to fit the environment?
Be able to be able to live on typically inhospitable environments.
Yep.
Okay, let's look. Crack, fall.
Oh, it's so gross.
Okay, so did those look a little bit thicker to you?
Yeah, that was a girthier alien.
It looks like a Kaminoan.
It does, but they look.
But look, the arms don't look as skinny and long.
Well, the hands are still 3, but
Still
like
is-
it looks like
God, look at his
shorter.
fingers.
Shorter. Got a little bit of a butt.
What?
But what?
In the butt.
Koda said, what?
I couldn't finish that because I thought a little person was going to come running in here. Nope. Okay. But yeah, it's
Your prisoner?
shh.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Dad?
I do like your theory that it, to live up in the clouds here that they modified.
So yeah, so maybe they did. They used their ability to modify themselves to live in inhospitable planets to colonize inhospitable
Look where it
planets.
paused. Is this the worst morning after picture ever? Look at Fennec's face.
Oh, chew my arm off. Ah.
Oh God, that's
She got to do the
She's trying to move his arm. She's like, I gotta pee.
listen. My dad.
have to do the gooey walk of shame.
My dad is a taxidermist, and I've smelled a lot of awful shit. I don't think I could have handled this because I can handle a lot.
Wait, does he still do taxidermy? Could he?
I know
make
how
a
to
mi-
do taxidermy.
Could you make a Mr. Hanky and send it to Kyle?
You can't
No.
taxidermy a turd.
Why not? You have a bad attitude, sir.
I'm sure there's a whole
I kinda-
process.
I kind of want to wonder what would happen if you put like a turd in formaldehyde.
Well, try it. I want you to
Well,
make a Mr. Hanky. Put
Out of
big
the three of
googly
us,
eyes
one
on
of us,
it.
so out of the
and
three of us,
send it
one
to
of us has
Kyle.
access to formaldehyde. So
Yeah.
that's
Who?
the person with the question about the pickled poo. So
Formaldehyde. Have you ever smelled formaldehyde?
I don't
Yes.
think I have.
It
Yeah.
smells awful.
You can, and it smells for days if you open that too. Like even if you ventilate the place, it's still there.
So you,
It's in your clothes too. That's the worst.
what is it called? You know when
cat?
deers have velvet on their
Yeah,
Mhm.
horns,
the antlers.
their antlers. In order to preserve that, it is a pain in the butt because you have to like get a needle in their antler, and then you literally have to like push so hard to get that formaldehyde all the way through the veins of the antler,
Wait,
so it preserves the velvet on.
people-
Nuts.
mount those and preserve the velvet. I'm in whitetail country, so that's what I just know of.
Yeah.
Like, normal non-velvety horns being.
With horns with the velvet on them, you can preserve it, and it's a pain in the butt.
I didn't
Wait,
know that was
don't-
a thing.
Don't they all have velvet to some
the
degree?
They all do
Spring.
at one point.
Yeah,
They-
because they
Around
they
here,
don't have
shed
to
their
scrape it
antlers.
off. Yeah,
Yeah, it looks painful.
it does, but apparently they don't feel a thing. Because I guess there's not nerve endings on there. It's just blood vessels.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I got
well, when Coda's
fascinated
dealing with
by
them, they don't feel anything either. They're, dead.
No, that's something I don't really tell a lot of people. That is like, I grew up in a taxidermy shop.
Like Coda Bates. So we-
I don't know. Have you ever popped a deer's eye socket out with a knife?
I probably have, if I think about
It's
it.
fun. You just go.
Yeah, just kind of right out of there, huh? It's hard to do with my beard. I can't.
I don't even know what to say to you guys right now.
Squirrel.
It's
If you're
But anyway.
hey, if you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself? That's what it makes me think of. Hey, have you ever popped a deer's eye out of a socket? I have.
Hey, if you were a deer and a taxidermist, would you pop your own eyeball out?
Would you rub your own velvet off yourself? I would.
That's the wrong kind of wood that I would want to rub off.
It's like a genie. Make
Did I
3
just
wishes
break
and see what comes
Kyle?
out. You're welcome. Okay, Fennec's doing the gooey walk of shame.
Mhm.
She's like, I better call an Uber.
I got all down in her boots.
Yeah,
Hey, that smell's not coming out. Just
I
squishes
think
when
it's
she walks.
in more than her boots.
It's in everything.
That's how she kills all her targets. She just never washed her armor in, so like when people get close, they just die from the smell.
You're like, oh.
It's like
You smell like
some of those movies that you see or TV shows or books. It's like once you hear like the sound of the jangling of their boots, you know you're dead. If you smell the smell of goo,
Mhm.
you know you're dead. I'm sorry, this fight scene was everything between the two of them. Until Fennec got headbutted.
fixes his Kung Lao hat. Back at it.
Cad Bane wins. But
I
then she
love
gets up
that
for a
little
second round.
like headbutt. How she did that.
Mhm.
The little like whoop.
Yep. She's a great fighter. She's just a badass character. Let's just call it how it is.
Ming
Calls him
Na
like who
Wen
sees him.
as an actor is just amazing.
She is. And you believe she's almost 60?
I know.
What?
Yeah.
Mhm.
She looks great. You know why us Asians look young?
Why?
Formaldehyde.
Oh,
No.
there it is.
So you know
Ancient
how
Cantonese secret.
Ah.
Calgon.
is ancient Chinese secret. Formaldehyde.
she learned that from watching Tech.
What was that? The
What?
Where she's riding him? Like that part?
Watch.
oh, she jumps on him. When did Tech do that?
Tech did do that during
In the pilot. First episode. Movie.
Yeah, the very first episode. Remember when he was on top of the big whatever they were? Guards, whatever.
You know the
enemy
big droids
soldiers.
where they were rewiring him and then he sat on top of his shoulders and was controlling it with his little thing.
Oh, okay. When they were in the little training thing.
Mm-hmm. She was watching. She was with Nala
Oh.
Say.
Yeah, she was. She was up in the little booth.
Mm-hmm. They both go down. It's really hard to go play by play on this part because it's a fight scene and there's so much going on. So you guys really need to watch this part.
And
But
Toto
Omega
stuck
makes it
upside down.
down. What's that?
Toto stuck upside down.
He's stuck upside down with his gigantic head, and Omega's got a limp because she hurt herself. She makes it to the flight pod, and Fennec and Kat are still fighting. And I didn't notice that before, but you do with the subtitles. When she does the reverse on Cad, gets him down on the ground, it says bones break. So she broke his arm.
Yep. I noticed it because I have to watch it with subtitles.
Oh, that's right.
You pick up so much more though. We see that we talked about that in one episode. Like if you don't watch stuff with subtitles on,
You're
do it.
missing stuff.
You miss a lot of stuff, or you when you do it, you catch a lot of stuff that you wouldn't have normally caught.
Cad finally does the wrestling move on her. He has her down on the ground and does the face kick, knocks her out. He sees the flight pod going off, and he's like, "Get to the ship." And then next thing you know, Fennec wakes up, and he does a very Boba Fett flamethrower move.
Somebody that actually understands the range of their flamethrower.
That's right.
Rare.
Very rare. Fennec catches him. He starts falling, but his little boots of mad hops.
I like how he like
him.
high jumped over the railing, like arched his back up and over, and like laid himself back in instead of just like flipping over the edge.
Right. He's getting ready for the Olympics.
Mm-hmm. And he's an Olympic hopeful.
He's great. He's
Which
look at him dismount.
really I learned today there's no actual real criteria to call yourself an Olympic hopeful. Like I could say it. Doesn't stop me from it. I could hope. You don't have to like fill out a form or anything. So I could
What would be your event?
Doesn't matter. I'm just hopeful.
No, I want to know what
I'm just
Doesn't matter.
hopeful.
I'm hopeful.
Beautifulest beard.
Going for that.
Coda, what would yours be?
Most sleep deprived.
Yeah, he's a sleepy Coda.
Sleepy Coda or most unused post-its?
He used them. He just didn't go back and reread them.
Most afraid of your own hallway?
Ah,
I am terrified of that. I literally close my doors at night because of that. I'm being serious.
I know
Wait,
you are. Why
is
do you
this
think
an
I
ad-
named an episode after that?
advancement of the super hot hallway, or is it like haunted hallway?
Haunted.
Did I miss something?
No wonder he can't do Spooky Saturday with us. He's got lives
He's
in a
doing it in real life.
Asmo house.
Yeah. How old are you?
Hey,
Show
there's
us a sign.
there is nothing worse
Fold my
Then-
laundry.
playing Phasmophobia in VR in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. with most of the lights off in the room and a windstorm happening outside.
I could maybe think of worse.
I
Like, what if you were playing and like Zach snuck up behind you and was like,
I've done that to Zach.
Yeah.
He just knows that if I did that to he did that to me, I'd probably like turn around and just
but you wouldn't know where he is because you got the thing on your face. If we're
Start
playing with
punching.
you and we see you just start randomly punching things, we know that's what happened.
I want to play Phasmo in VR again. That was fun.
Yeah, that's great.
I tried, I almost puked. So
Now, we'll try again this weekend, see what happens.
I got all sweaty.
Maybe try a different game.
Maybe.
Yeah, I got a couple different games.
I was kicking ass at Beat Saber once I figured it out.
Yeah, he was doing good at the Lincoln Park ones. The BTS one's hard.
Oh, I still need to send you the stuff for Blade and Sorcery so we can like lightsaber fight each other in VR.
Oh, yeah.
I want to watch that.
I'd win.
We'll make that. We can make that an EGTN event. Like we'll create a special channel and then we'll just live stream it in there of Coda and Guyver sword fighting.
Oh, yeah. That'd be awesome. Wait, don't you promise me a good time, handsome?
I'll take all bets.
I hate to disappoint, but
You're a teeny weeny?
yeah.
Yeah. Is your
It happened.
lightsaber a short sword? Is it
It's a
dagger?
Shoto.
It's a
That's a thing. Ahsoka uses a Shoto.
Yeah, I know she
I know.
does. They're shorter than normal.
But they're still very effective, Coda.
I know.
It not size a saber, but kyber crystal that is used. So
Anyway, she's holding on.
she's holding on. She's really scared at this point. Next thing you know, the door opens and you see Wrecker up there, and she's like, Omega, Rekka. And then they find her, and notice the first thing that Wrecker did after he pulled her up was hug her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was an awe moment.
And it wasn't just like a regular hug either. Like, look at his face. It's an eye. He has his eyes shut. Like, you were in mortal danger. You're my family. I got your back.
Mm-hmm.
They go flying off.
I guess she rams into Hunter to try to hug him because she can't, but she's like, whack.
Yep.
Hits him right in the ribs.
And Hunter's like, yeah, I got shot there.
Yeah. If you ever had a kid when you're injured, your kid will find that injury. Yeah.
Yes, I found that out with the head first when I was recovering.
Mm-hmm. I told you it would happen. Didn't I tell you it would happen? And it happened.
Yep. And then she did another time full with her knee. And Lily's like, you okay? I'm like, everyone get out now. Get out now. And then we missed this part. It's like, are you okay, Omega? You hurt? She's like, why is this happening? Why are they after me? where the Kaminoans after me, and Echo's like, "You got to tell her, Hunter."
This makes me think that she didn't know what she was.
I think she knew at some level.
I think she knew she was a clone, but I don't think she knew that she was
Special.
a direct clone.
Oh yeah, I know she knew she was a clone. Like she knew she was a clone. That was, I mean, I don't think she knew she was like a first gen super special, original model.
Well, I want to know why her hair is yellow. Why she's blonde. And if she's a direct clone of Django, Django had the weird, or Boba had the weird Django hair.
Also, she's a female.
Also, a lot of Mandalorians are blonde.
Oh, I did not know that.
That's true. Most importantly, good point, Koda. Yeah, good point.
Which doesn't make sense because a lot of their skin is like darker, but a lot of them like have light hair for some reason.
Very Ruby. Was it Ruby from Fifth Element? Corbin Dallas. That's what I think of with like the blonde hair, dark skin.
My man.
Hey, Corbin.
God, I love that movie.
I do too.
I love the orange hair in the Fifth Element of the girl.
Lilu.
Lilu. Yes.
I love the diva.
Diva's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Excuse me. Hunter goes, more than the other clones, you're special. More than the other clones, even more than us. You're different. He's like, your body's going through some changes. She's like, different how? And next thing you know, see Cad going to get us in the air and
Just waiting for Hunter just like lean down, look at her like, you is smart, you is kind, you is important.
You got me with that one.
Thank you. Yeah.
Wait, do you think we could see Cad Bane in the Book of Boba Fett?
Ooh. Maybe?
How long did Duros live? Is there any lore written about their... Because there's not a lot written about the Duros.
They can make it whatever they wanted to if there's nothing there.
Well, because, some species like Wookiees live for hundreds of years. Yoda
There's
species...
nothing on their age.
That would actually be kind of, because he trained, like you said, trained Boba to fight him specifically.
And there's a connection to Fennec.
And there's a connection to Fennec.
And there's also a connection to Omega, who happens to be Boba Fett's basically twin.
Is their average lifespan 70 years?
The Duros?
Yeah, I don't know how reliable that source is. Let me go to Wikipedia. I trust Wikipedia.
Yeah. If you find it, let us know. But their ship got disabled. It was sabotaged. Cad is pissed, and then you see Fennec flying off.
And all cracked. I was listening.
And next thing you know, there's a beep on Fennec's, and you see who she was talking to. I require an update. And she's like, I can track them. That'll cost extra. And it is... What's her name, Koda?
Nala say.
Nala say. I can't get any
I
of the
kept wanting to say
names.
Lama say, but
You can Nala say it.
Nala
Nala
say
say.
and Lama Su.
Nala say, Lama say, Mama Sue.
So there's Nala say, which is Omega's mom, basically. Lama Su, who is the prime minister, and Ton Wee, which
Who's
is the
dead.
one that just by
So-
Fennec.
So Nama say was
Nala.
the one. Lama.
N- n- Who are you talking about? The one that's right there?
Yes.
Nala say.
Nala say.
Think of Lion King. Nala.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Ah. Okay. So Queen Nala is talking. She's talking to Finnick. So now that we know who Finnick was contacting at the beginning, that was her contact. And we're pretty sure that's who the what's the sister's name? The Martinez?
No, the Marquez sisters was
Marquez.
confirmed in the episode. It was Rex.
Oh, it was Rex.
Remember, we talked about it. How he said
That's
in
right.
that scene, Rex goes, "Oh, the Marquez sisters told
That's
me
right.
about you."
That's right. Okay. So there's a lot going on here. And she's like, I will transfer your payment. And Fennec's like, if you change your mind, you know how to reach me. Turns around. And then Queen Nala is like, just silent. Next thing you know, we cut back to Hunter sitting there. He's the only one awake on like duty.
Crawling out of her room.
Yeah, Omega's calling out of her room. Wrecker falls kind of out of his bunker. Tech's asleep. And so she goes to sit up with Hunter. And he's like, can't sleep. She's like, I keep thinking, seeing that place. I keep thinking about the Kaminoans, and I can't sleep. I'm going to be in an experiment. And he's like, I'm not going to let that happen. But she's like, you know, they're going to keep sending people after me if I'm that special. Hunter says he can send everyone in the galaxy. You have us. That line right there kind of makes me believe him. Especially since they have their chips out now too.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, Omega's crying. It's just, again, you get reminded she's just a little kid. She's just a little girl. She's scared, and Hunter just reassures her, you know, I promise we'll keep you safe. And that's where we end, is Omega just smiling at him. So, predictions where we're going to go from here. Obviously, they're going to keep sending, you know, Cad's going to be a big part of this.
Yeah. I see this now as this first season, like it's going to be a multi-season run with this whole first season just setting up all the bad guys. But this did feel, you know, we talked about the 3-episode arc kind of thing. This did feel like a end
To that arc.
End of an arc, like the way this ended. You know, they got her back, she got away. So, but I think we're still going to see a couple more. Maybe not like. I think we got one big baddie left by the end of the season. I think we're going to have like 2 more medium baddies introduced between now and then, for them to have conflict over the next however many seasons they decide to do this. Probably like 3-season run, maybe.
I expect it to go longer than 2-3 seasons. And this does feel like a sequel to Clone Wars. Like it feels like the
successor.
It almost feels like if the Clone Wars would have kept going, these are the episodes we would have gotten in like a season 9, 10 type of thing.
These are the episodes we're looking for.
Right.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I do too. My theory is kind of with you guys. I think it's going to go longer than we think. Based off the success of it. I've been reading a lot of good things about it.
I'm still betting on tragic end.
I hope not.
I don't think this is going to end happy. Like
I hope not.
I think there'll probably be some like little glimmers of happiness or whatever at the end, but I think the overall feeling of the ending will be tragic.
Again, I hope not. You're probably right, but I want to hope against it.
That's what everyone thought about Rebels, that it was going to end tragically. But then they ended up all just like going all off and doing their own thing.
Kind of.
Don't talk about Kanan like that.
Kind of. I mean, I guess that's doing his own thing.
What did?
Mm-mm. That motherfucker did.
It's a thing.
That's the thing. It's doing his own thing.
That episode was awful. It was such a good episode of that, by the way.
Yes.
But like, it was just completely out of left field.
Yeah. It hits you in the balls.
Anyway,
Not in a good way.
no, I think this was a good episode.
I did too. It's like I said, it's keeping my interest. So I'm enjoying it. So we will wait for about Friday for the new episode to come out, episode 10. And then we will nerk it again with Coda. With that, this has been Everyman's Guide to Nerddom. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. Thanks again, Coda, for joining us.
Most
And
welcome.
wherever you guys are right now while you're listening to this, have a good night, good evening, good day, whatever it is, and be good to each other. We're out of here.
See ya.
Toodles.
Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore used to be just a made up word. MCs shied away from belief. Rest assured.